Good morning, guys. I just wanted to give you a rundown of what we're going to be focusing on this week. We are not starting our core content just yet. Okay, that is going to happen next week. So for this week, your work is still going to be done in Google Classroom. Next week, when we begin our actual content for 7th grade science, you will be doing some work in Google Classroom, some work in Edgenuity, but I will get to Edgenuity here in a little bit. But some of your classes may already be using it, so you might be familiar with it. If you were to log in, you do see that you are assigned science. Please don't work on anything, okay? There are some things I'm going to have you work on. There are some things you're not going to work on. Okay, so just don't start Edgenuity for science. What I wanted to talk to you about is this week we are going to be focusing on SEPs, which are science and engineering practices. And it's basically the what that we do in science. So a couple of them, we plan and carry out investigations. We're going to engage in arguments from evidence. We're going to develop models. We're going to analyze and interpret data. So there's a lot of graphing this week, a little bit of math, okay? And then you guys have to obtain, evaluate, and communicate information, which is what you're doing today with the article about can your brain taste fat. So once you read through that article, it's going to ask you some questions, and you have to take the information from that article and be able to utilize what you have read and answer those questions, okay? So I just kind of wanted to give you an overview of that. That's what we're doing this week. I've had a couple questions about the book pages in Google Classroom. Yes, you have to do them. You have to read them. They're all about graphing. It's about making models, which is what we're doing in the classroom. Okay, so even though it says they're ungraded, that's because I'm not assigning a point value to them, but you do have to do them. Okay, I will be checking to make sure that they are done. It's more of a participation grade, not necessarily, oh, you get a 100. It's okay, you did it, check mark, there's your points for that. Okay, so make sure that you are doing that. And if you have any problems, any questions, feel free to reach out through Remind. Some of you have been messaging me in Clever, and that is fine, but I do not get those messages as quickly as I get messages from Google Classroom or through Remind. So that's the quickest way to send me something if you're confused, okay? That's all I have to say today, and hopefully, we're going to get through this week. This is just kind of easing us into things, and we're going to go full speed ahead starting next week. Okay, bye.